It is because I am sure that our fortunes are still in our hands, in our own hands, and that we hold the power to save the future, that I feel the duty to speak out now.
People often ask, how significant was the Iron Curtain speech? And I often reply, it changed the world. In the year 1946, Europe is still recovering in the wake of a global conflict. It's a tumultuous time politically. The world is still unstable. And it's in that context that a new threat is bubbling up in Eastern Europe. That threat is the Soviet Union. And as the Soviet Union increases its power base in post-World War II Europe, there's one man who sees it all coming, and that's Winston Churchill. And Churchill warns to anyone who will listen that this looming threat of the Soviet Union and of communism is one that needs to be reckoned with. In 1945, after VE Day in Europe, Churchill lost an election and was no longer prime minister. And it was in that environment that he receives a rather bold invitation from the president of Westminster College, Frank McClure, who invites Churchill to Fulton, Missouri. And it was here in this small mid-America town that Churchill chose to deliver arguably the most significant speech of the 20th century.
From Stettin in the Baltic to Trieste in the Adriatic, an iron curtain has descended across the continent.
And it is this juxtaposition of this small, rural, everyday America town, full Americana, is on display here in Fulton, where we see the world begin to change. Well, the National Churchill Museum at Westminster College is a multifaceted, multi-layered historical site. Not only did Winston Churchill deliver his Iron Curtain speech here in 1946, marking arguably the beginning of the Cold War, this is a space where we've reconstructed, stone by stone, a 17th century Christopher Wren church that was bombed in the Blitz in World War II and relocated stone by stone from London to Fulton. This was an idea that Winston Churchill himself knew about and embraced and endorsed. So we have great British history meeting great American history and creating a world history. And to cap it all off, we have 8 sections of the Berlin Wall. The concrete manifestation of the Iron Curtain that Churchill warns about is installed here on the campus of Westminster College. When Congress established this as the National Churchill Museum, we took that very seriously, and we reach audiences across the country, from coast to coast, and really throughout the world. They come here to Fulton, Missouri at Westminster College to explore Winston Churchill in a profound way. We've created exhibitions and displays that are interactive and visceral in nature. You can walk through a World War I trench and hear recordings of what it might have sounded like to be in such a trench, or you can experience the sights and sounds and almost even, if you imagine, the smells of the Blitz in London through our interactive experiences here. It's a chance for visitors to not only read about, but almost to feel history as it unfolded in some of the 20th century's most challenging hours. History comes alive here. History continues to happen here. And it's that quality of this museum that sets it apart. And visitors walk away, I think, refreshed, enriched, and continually inspired by Winston Churchill, his leadership, and his legacy.